Hi folks, John, the Wingman 115 channel. Today we're going to be testing out the Dundee by Bestechman Knives. So, let's go. Let's talk about the Dundee for a little bit. First off, I always like to find budget-friendly items for you folks out there. I know that you folks work hard for your money and you want to get the best bang for the buck. One that is going to be durable, functional, and just ease of use. I've been carrying the Dundee now for probably about 2 weeks. I took it on a camping trip with me when I went hunting with my good friend Dana and Jaime, who's a new stranger on the channel, and Terry, the offhand air gunner. We were out in the woods, traipsing around. I was playing around with this, and I was whittling away, just doing camp tasks with this blade, and it worked really well. I brought it home. I took it here on the stump, here in the backyard studio. Wanted to show you guys some of the tasks that you can do with this knife. When I do a review, I do not strop the blade. I do not sharpen it. It is right out of the box, just the way that it should be, like you guys are handling the knife on your own. This knife is extremely sharp. It's still holding an edge. That's a testament, I believe, to the good heat treat that Bestechman Knives has been doing with their blades. They have a gray titanized coating over that D2. I think it gives it that nice little pop and a little bit of added protection, so it will make it corrosion resistant. No knife is corrosion proof. I've talked about that in many videos. You always have to do knife maintenance, and this is no exception. But just a great looking knife, has those fuller bloodlines, just a nice design, just pops. Has G10 scales, comes in a variety of different colors. This is more of their ivory white color. I think they come in orange, black, and maybe a couple others. If I can find any info, I'll throw it up so you guys can see. I found the scales also to be very ergonomic. They are radiused and angled, and they have a nice chamfer going around the leading edge of these scales, and it made it real comfortable. There wasn't any hot spots. I like doing the leather cutting test. That's a good indication. If the edge hasn't rolled, it'll tell you on leather, especially when you're shaving that leather. If you're getting a nice, good, sharp angled cut with that. Also messing around cutting the rope, that's another great test with that to see if any edges have rolled. And of course a tri-stick with it. And then I did that stab test with it, and I wanted to make sure that that point was going to hold up. Now I was stabbing a piece of birch, pretty hard wood. I was a little concerned at first, thinking that I might break the tip of this blade because it's pretty narrow material, but it held up. And like I said, that is a testament of the heat treat. Let's talk a little bit about specs. First, overall, the length of this blade is 8 inches and just a little bit over. I would go 1/8 and a 1/16. If you're on the metric system, we're looking at 205 millimeters. The handle length is just a little bit under 4 3/4 inches. And for the metric folks out there, 120 millimeters. The actual blade length is 3.35 inches, which is 85 millimeters. That pretty much is in line with just about every knife law of every municipality, state that is out there. Weight of the blade is 3.32 ounces. I like that. You don't want a heavy knife when you're wearing dress pants and you're just going out on your daily activities. If you're not out in the woods, if you're not doing tactical stuff, there's no need for a heavy, robust blade. This blade is going to do everything that needs to be done and then some. It has liners inside that look like they're stainless steel. It has the pivot frame lock on there, and I found that very secure. There's no play in this blade. And doing a tri-stick and messing around and doing the stabbing, you will find out real quick if a pivot has any play in it at all and how the locking mechanism is going to hold up. I had no issue with this knife at all. Next, let's talk about the knife clip, because wearing it in your pants, it's going to do a lot of wear and tear over time with some of these pocket clips on folding knives. I found this to have just the right tension to be able to put it in your pocket with no problem, and then it slid out with no problem at all. It didn't feel loose and it didn't slide around. It was very secure in the pocket. And I mean, I wore this out in the woods with tactical pants, no problem at all, and no worry that it was going to fall out, I was going to lose it out in the woods. It stayed very secure. That's been a quick look at the Dundee. I personally believe that you're getting a lot of value for the money. There's 11 different variants out there. I invite you folks to go check it out. I'll leave links in the video description below if you want to learn more about that. And as always, folks, I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.